Welcome, everyone. Thank you all for being here today and for helping us to launch the very first Minnesota Zero Waste Fest. As co-presidents of Eureka Recycling, we truly know the value of community-driven action. Eureka was built on that very principle. So to see so many people here today coming together to learn, share, take action toward a cleaner, healthier future is truly awe-inspiring. We're so glad to welcome you to this celebration of community, creativity, and possibility.
This event came together through the incredible collaboration and dedication of so many people. A huge thank you to all of our Minnesota Zero Waste Coalition partners, especially those who put in extra time to help plan and shape today's event. So a big shout out to B. Rosas from Climate Generation, Becky Wardell Gartner from the Coalition for Plastics Reduction, Kelly Skumatz and Kathleen Schuler from Health Professionals for a Healthy Climate, and Maria Jensen from Recycling Electronics for Climate Action.
We'd also like to thank today's inspiring speakers and community tablers for bringing your knowledge, creativity, and energy to this space. To Reuse Minnesota, Swap Closet, our mender Sarah, and our print screener Kat, thank you for demonstrating zero waste in action. Thank you also to our event sponsors, Pinnacle Performance Group, Relocation Today, Let's Dish, and Sunrise Banks. Your generosity supported stipends for our community partners who are all tabling today.
And a very special thank you to Eureka's own Lucy Milani and Joshua Tour. You saw Joshua a second ago up here, whose hard work, coordination, and genuine care for community feedback made this event possible today. And finally, thank you to the borough's elementary staff and community for welcoming us into your space. We're proud to share this day with you. Thank you for helping us turn ideas into action and action into celebration. We're so happy to host the first Minnesota Zero Waste Fest here at Burroughs Community School, home to Minnesota's House District 61B, represented by leader Jaime Long.
Leader Long has dedicated his career to public service, championing policies that protect our environment and strengthen Minnesota communities. As author of Minnesota's landmark clean energy legislation, he helped set our state on the path to 100% clean energy by 2040, one of the most ambitious goals in the nation. Under his leadership, the legislature has advanced transformative policies that support environmental protections, family care, and economic justice, efforts that reflect the same systems change approach we strive for in the zero waste movement. We're deeply grateful for his leadership and his commitment to building a future without waste for our Minnesota community. Please join us in welcoming Leader Jaime Long.
Good morning, everyone. It's great to see you all. Hey, Frank, how are you? Welcome to District 61B. Thank you all so much for coming down to Burroughs. This is a wonderful community, great place to learn and good place to be together this morning talking zero waste. So I have a secret to share with you all. I am a deep zero waste nerd. Maybe not quite as zero waste nerdy as Frank Hornstein, but I aspire to be someday. And I worked in a past career in Congress when, as a staffer for then Congressman Keith Ellison. He had a zero waste bill. It was the first zero waste bill at the national level to try to get funding for zero waste initiatives around the country that I got to work on. Congresswoman Omar picked up that torch when she came into office, and that passed as part of the Inflation Reduction Act. So we have a pretty incredible zero waste story to tell here in the 5th Congressional District. So there's a lot of reasons to care about zero waste. It's a clean water issue. It's an equity issue. It's a public health issue. But for me, I care about it most because of the climate impact. And I have dedicated my career to fighting climate change and to doing my part to try to make an impact for our state, for my kids. And I don't think I need to persuade anybody here about how important the climate crisis is, but there's a few things that I've absorbed in the time working in the legislature that still kind of shock me. And one is, so I'm 43 years old. In my lifetime alone, our January cold temperatures have moved up 9 degrees. we're one of the fastest warming states in the entire country. And I just took my kids on our first trip to the Boundary Waters a few weeks ago, which was amazing. And I want them to have the same opportunities to take their kids to the Boundary Waters. But what our University of Minnesota forest scientists tell us is that if the trajectory continues, that by the time my kids are taking their kids, there will be no more pine trees in the Boundary Waters, there will be no more moose in the Boundary Waters, there will be no more loons in the Boundary Waters. So that's pretty sobering to me and inspires me to act and be with all of you today. And we know that there are some amazing solutions in the zero waste space, and I'll talk about a few of them. And then we also know that there are some false paths, right? And there's some things we don't want to do. And one of those is waste to energy. And it was mentioned that I'm the proud author of the 100% Clean Energy Bill. And one thing that bill says is that in 2040, 100% of our electricity has to be zero carbon. The waste energy industry did not like that. They lobbied hard against our bill. But we went beyond that, and I wish we could have done this for all waste energy facilities in the state, but we didn't have the votes for that. But at least for the HERC facility, we said that right now, for the renewable energy standard, it does not count. So HERC cannot no longer go out and sell renewable energy credits on the market and make money off of saying that they are renewable energy. And that was because of a lot of people in this room and because of the advocacy of folks who are fighting hard against burning trash in our communities and the harms that cause. So give yourselves a round of applause for being able to get that done. So in 2023, we passed 100% clean energy, but in 2024, we did some pretty amazing things on zero waste. And one of those, I know you're going to have Representative Cindy Jordan up on a panel coming up later, was that we became the fifth state in the country to pass an extended producer responsibility for packaging and paper products. So what this bill does is by 2032, for those products, they all have to be recyclable, reusable, compostable, or refillable by 2032. So that is an incredible accomplishment. We did that faster than New York. We did that faster than Illinois. So we can be really proud of the zero waste movement that we have in Minnesota and some of the things that we have accomplished. But there's a lot more to do, right? And we're going back in session in February. For folks who follow the legislature, we're in a tie in the House right now, and there's a one-seat majority in the Senate. So it's been a bit of a gridlock at the state capitol. We haven't been able to do some of the big climate bills that I'd like to see us get done this year. But what that means is this is a really good year to bring up ideas, right? And so I'm hoping that you all today can generate some really good ideas to bring back to the legislature that we can have hearings on, introduce bills on, get public support for in 2026, because I'm feeling very optimistic about 2027 when I think we can have another big year coming back together. And so what could some of those bills look like? Well, we need to do a lot more in the composting space, right, in the organic space. We're sitting in right near a community in Linden Hills, which was the very first to do a composting pilot program in the state of Minnesota. I used to be on the board of Linden Hills Power and Light, which helped get that pilot program started. Started with one neighborhood and then two, Linden Hills and Seward, I think. And then it was taken citywide, and now we have several cities in the region that have organics, curbside composting. I got a proud green bin out in front of my house. We do, 4 waste stream separations at my house now, right? And there's green bins all up and down my block. So we have a lot of buy-in from our neighbors, a lot of enthusiasm around organics, but we need to be able to take this outside of big cities, outside of the metro, bring it to greater Minnesota, bring it across the state, and make sure we're expanding organics composting. We also need to finally pass our electronic waste bill. So Representative Athena Hollins has been working really hard on this. We've gotten more and more progress. She's been getting some bipartisan support for it, but we know how toxic electronic waste is. We know that this is some of the lower hanging fruit in terms of our waste streams and what we need to focus on to get toxics out of our streams. So that's another big bill that we need to work on. And then we also, just speaking as a Minneapolis rep, finally need to repeal the ban on bans for plastic bags so that our local jurisdictions can get rid of plastics, right? So those are some things that we need to work on, but I know that all of you have more ideas, I hope. And so please bring us your good ideas. We have a lot of opportunity ahead. 2023, I think, was the year of 100% clean energy, and I'm hoping 2027 can be the year of zero waste, when we can set ourselves on a path as a state towards getting to zero waste, the goal that we all share. So thank you for inviting me. I hope you have a wonderful conference, and thank you to the amazing folks at Eureka for helping organize this too.
All right, awesome. Everyone give it up for Leader Long again. That was amazing. Honestly, I cry like all the time these days, so I'm gonna cry again. But I feel like it is just so inspiring to see all of you here and to hear Leader Long speak. We need more and more leaders like all of you and like him. And I just wanna, again, just express my gratitude for seeing all your faces.